What am I saying tonight? You best believe that letting go is significant in the life of a believer. Because if you have a problem letting go, then you could find yourself stalled. You can find yourself settling. You could find yourself getting comfortable with what was an unhealthy place.
But in our progression in the kingdom, we have to always have enough of the stuff that we can't explain and we can't control in our life so that we have reason for trust.
Fully committed to God. That's the space that you've given him. How much space have you given God to work in your life? Or do you keep secret corners for yourself? God, I'm going to trust you with this much, but not that much. God, I'm going to give you this part, but not that part. God, I'm going to let you in here, but I'm going to fake it over here. God, I'm going to go this far, but if this happens, I'm going to start pulling back. Isaiah said, don't hold back, because the part of your heart that you don't give God becomes enemy-held territory. And that's where doubt takes over, and that's where fear takes over, and that's why you can't seem to get your mind straight, because you gave God's territory to your enemy. But today we came to take it back. Here's my heart, Lord. He wants to show himself strong. Somebody say strong. Strong for those whose hearts are committed. Strong. Go ahead and make a muscle. Say strong. Strong. God wants to give you a strong heart. God said the space in your life where you don't know what I'm going to do next, that's the flex space.
Is we want answers so badly that we begin to invent and make up answers that make us feel good about our present condition. But to do it, we have to go over here, take one of the absolutes that God has shown us about his goodness, we bring it over here and we sacrifice it on the altar of human reasoning.
You need to keep expanding your expectation. Expand your expectation to include what you did not plan for. Because God is going to work in everything by the time this is over. After 70 years are completed, God is going to work it all in. And this is what it means to say that all things work together. It is to say, God, here is the space I don't understand. So now let me get real personal. What is that space for you today? What is that space for you today? You've already turned your living room into a church. You're halfway there. Some of you already turned your hospital room into a sanctuary. You're halfway there. It's flex space. You get the picture? You didn't know this would be church, but it is. You didn't know God was going to show up in your living room, but he did. And you didn't know God was going to use this trial in your life to make your faith strong, but he is. It's flex space. It's flex space. In my weakness, he is strong. In my uncertainty, my faith grows. It's flex space. Don't you feel it getting stronger? Blessed are the flexible, for their faith cannot be broken.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Let everything about you be anchored into who he is, all right? So here it is. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. That word to lean actually means that which supports you. So this pulpit, as I lean on it, if it weren't here, I would fall over. It is supporting me. What he's saying is, don't let your understanding be that which supports you.
Now, a lot of us, what we know is negative thinking. So in a time where we are uncertain, what we have to unlearn is what we've known. And I'm glad for everything that God teaches me. But one of the greatest lessons that I need in this season is not what I need to learn, but what I need to unlearn. But it's hard to let go of what you've been holding on to for so long, even if it's not working anymore. It's really hard to let go. It's like, but this is how we're used to. He's going, no, I beg you, see it differently. I beg you to let go. It's not normal. It's just old. It's just old. That's just because you're used to it doesn't make it normal. So after he gets done telling them, that there's a new way. Somebody say there's a new way, a new way, a new way. That's what he opened by his blood. That's what he opened on the cross. That's what he opened along with his tomb. He opened a new and living way so that you could be, watch this, a living sacrifice. Old way has to die for the new way to come alive.
But when you live in the middle of a conflict, I have a promise, it is not fulfilled. Or I have a promise and so died. I have a promise and I've got this problem that seems to not ever get resolved. It's living in between those two things and rising above circumstances where your response is based on who he is that has not changed. He's still good all the time.
The lesson of letting go is not only that external events cause us to let go, but the way God changes us is transformation from the inside out. Isn't that really relevant while you're stuck inside? That's the way God changes things? The way the world works, from the outside in. Oh no, what's the job market doing? What's the economy doing? When are they gonna lift this and when are they gonna lift that? The way God does it is like you got Paul and you got Silas, and they are stuck in an inner cell. But when they are stuck in a tight space is the moment that they understand we've got to give God the greatest praise in the tightest space. This is a time for more faith, more hope, more optimism. Your anchor has really got to grab hold right now because you don't know what's next. And that's where God lives, in the mystery. And yet, our old mind, our conformed mind, this is the way it's supposed to work. Is it possible that God is trying to get you to unlearn the way the world works? You could lift it if you weren't gripping it so tight. You could lift it. You could lift it if you weren't gripping it like this. He said it's your grip that's hurting you, not the weights. You're actually strong enough. Christ is actually in you. You actually have a new nature. Now you just need a new normal. You have a new heart. You just need new habits. What's in front of you is greater. You just gotta let go.
We just settle for status quo because status quo is safe, and we're afraid of the uncertainty on the other side of a what if. But let me tell you, God always moves on the other side of a what if. He always moves on the other side of obedience. He always moves on the other side of faith. And anytime we take the step of faith and uncertainty to let something go, God always gives us something greater. Every time, anytime we surrender something good, God always gives us something better. I've seen it in my life, and we see it in the life of Jesus here. Jesus, if he had stayed in Galilee, could have done more good things. He could have healed more lepers. He could have fed more people. He could have cast out more demons. He could have righted injustice. He could have continued collecting those miracles in Galilee, but he let that go so he could go to Jerusalem knowing he'd be persecuted, knowing he'd be misunderstood, knowing he'd be falsely accused, and knowing that he would ultimately die because his Father had sent him to collect something greater, something even better.
What do you want me to release, Pastor Stephen? Not the steering wheel. Don't release that. Just release your need to know. It's not God making Pharaoh let you go. It's getting you to let Pharaoh go. It's getting you to release the thing that you thought you needed. And to say, if I have God's presence, if I have God's power, if I have his provision, I can stand on his promise, I can stand on his word. I don't need to pay anybody back. God's got me. See, if you're used to being bitter, if you're used to getting offended, it is easier for God to forgive you for your offenses than to get you to start forgiving other people of theirs. It is easier for God to tell Pharaoh, let my people go, than for God to tell his people, let Pharaoh go. Let it go. We have to let it go. I don't mean that we can't take moments and feel sad. I don't mean that we cannot appreciate certain seasons, but God is teaching me in this season, I can't receive what is now when I hold to what is old. So God is setting me free.